my hair out a bit. Hey YouTube, this is just after the last Let's Talk on counterfeiting money. This one I'm going to talk a little bit about my fears. And this comes up because of some recent events, and this is... So, the divorce thing comes last. We're going to talk, but it is part of my fears. But first of all, pain is something that I absolutely hate, so I'm kind of sort of afraid of pain. I recently found out I'm an introvert. That's kind of another video. But aside from that, that kind of probably contributes to some of this. But I'm not very adventurous. I don't like heights. I'm kind of sort of afraid of heights. Less so now than I used to be. Ooh, cabbage butterfly. Nope, you guys probably can't see it. It was just by the electrical posts. They're gonna go now by the fence. Anyways, so yeah. Pain, I don't like pain, needles, anything to do with pain. I'm kind of sort of afraid of pain. I don't like it. I kind of sort of run away from it, physical and emotional. You can see this if you go watch my Let's Talk. It's about death. So, oh, we got another doggy coming up. Yeah, don't like pain. I'm also kind of have a fear of spiders. Ugh. And I'm wondering if I should put snakes on that category too. Although I'm not really afraid of snakes. I don't know, maybe because snakes, at least what I know about snakes, it's a little bit easier to tell a poisonous one from non-poisonous one. Spiders, I'm not as good at telling. There we go. Hi. That definitely doesn't sound like a friendly hello. Sounds like go away. Anyway, so yeah. Less so snakes, but definitely spiders. Probably because I run into spiders more. They are just really, really creepy. Like there was one point in our old house we had a crawl space, which is literally going underneath the house, kind of looking at the foundation while I was under there. I'll show you guys in a video sometime, but I found this interesting. It's a matchbook. Oh, huh. I was thinking those dogs was this dog. But nope, they're not. Anyways, so yeah, it's like a matchbook and it's advertising insurance. And that's really for another video, but it had me interested to kind of go look and see if I can find more cool stuff under there. So I got the cards to go under there all by myself. A lot of bugs and spiders. And then I saw a spider up above me, daddy long legs. Which they're actually not spiders, they're arthropods. So they're related to spiders, but they're not. Hopefully you guys can hear me over that loud dog. Shut up. Anyways, yeah. So, but I saw it and was like, nope, I'm done, and I left. So I don't. Okay. So. I'm not getting choked up as much as I am. How do I say this? There is an purely educational video. Not meant to be dirty at all. It's by Destin from Smarter Every Day. And it's about a spider that's in the Amazon jungle. And okay, I'm just gonna say this once, okay? And I hope I don't have to say this again on my channel. I try and keep this really, really clean. I guess I'm a very beat around the bush person, but this is one of those cases where it's not super extremely bad and I'm not going into details. But long story short, in the Amazon jungle, there is what's called the penis spider, and if it bites you, it does something really horrible to you. And so if I was going to the Amazon jungle, I would probably want to be wearing a hazmat. That's like Monsters Inc. when you wear the, you know, when those, the monsters came in wearing those yellow suits to get the sock off of him, whatever his name was. That's a hazmat. It's a biohazard suit. But the purpose of that is that it's kind of completely sealed up and nothing gets inside of it. So I would probably want to do that. So spiders, yes, spiders are definitely on my list of fears, and pain is on my list of fears, and height is on my list of fears, although I'm less afraid of height now than I am, you know, still a little bit afraid, but not super afraid. Then there is, what else? So, now, And I probably have other fears that I'm forgetting. I'm just not thinking about them right now. But one of my fears that I've recently realized is divorce. Because I recently found out that one of my friends, I'm not saying who, but one of my friends is not married anymore. And I don't know this person really well. That's all I'm going to say. So, you know, and also, like, if it was mentioned on Facebook, I wouldn't see it unless you tagged me in it. So, but anyways, that just got me thinking about it again. And, well, if you're talking about other people I don't know, it doesn't hit me. But part of it's because it's people you don't know. That helps with ambiguity. I would also say that, they, you know, like, you know, it might be easy to say, well, I don't know them. Maybe they were a pretty bad person. Maybe some bad things went on, and that's why. Or celebrities. Because celebrities aren't the greatest of people. And with the way that they are acting in regular life, you know, they're kind of not meeting my standards. And so I can see why they would have problems, because they don't have all the key pieces. And I don't want to sound super harsh, but that's kind of the way some things go. But then when people I know... These were really beautiful, and I've never seen these before. Pretty flowers. Hey, one watching, hello. So, with, you know, with people I know, it kind of hits hard. I've had 2 of my friends, 1 of my cousin, and possibly other family members and friends that I just don't know about. No, 3 of my friends, you know, that got divorced. And it, before you're married, breaking up, it's difficult, but nothing wrong with that. You know, you're still finding out. Once you seal the deal, it's like, dude, you got sealed. Especially for us, we get sealed in the temple. And divorce, I feel, kind of sort of makes it more complicated. But I'm not worried so much about how complicated it's going to be in heaven. Well, I know the Lord's going to take care of it, but I'm not worried about that. As much as I am, just like, we've sealed the deal, why break up? What's the point? No. You said that you wanted to be with me for the rest of your life, and you made a promise on it. And now we're getting divorced. And then after we have kids, like, if we're just married, you know, maybe we absolutely have to. I mean, if she's being abusive, yes, okay, that is absolutely a reason to get divorced. But other than that, why? And then after we have kids, it's like, before kids, no, don't get divorced. After kids, definitely do not get divorced. Because not only are you messing up your lives, you're messing up somebody else's life too. Don't do it. Like, although it's not exactly this way, I kind of feel like when you're just married, you just crossed a bridge. You can walk back over that bridge if you decide to get divorced. But then I feel like it should be once you have kids, that bridge collapses and there's no going back literally, which is not true, but I kind of wish it was that way. This is something that has me worried and I really don't want to happen to me. So probably ever since I was 10, I've always been like, okay, I'm going to have to date her for a minimum of a year before I even think about asking her. That's my point. But then, you know, at some point I want to ask some of my friends, maybe family members, a few questions if they're willing. If not, hey, that's fine. I don't want to open old wounds. If somebody wanted to ask me about what it was like having my girlfriend break up with me, I'd be happy to talk a little bit about it. You know, some things I'd want to keep personal and private for her sake as well. But I do want to sit down and talk with them at some point, maybe find out some details so I can prep myself to avoid this. Because, like, If I talk to them and find out, yeah, we were dating for a whole year, things were going great, we got married, and then blah, 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 this happened, and then we got divorced, then I'm probably going to end up being like, okay, now I'm going to date her a year and a half before I ask her. Yeah. Well, if the Lord specifically tells me sooner than a year to ask her, I will, but I'm going to actually make sure that He is telling me to ask her. I'm going to make sure that that is right, and I'm getting spiritual promptings, and it's not something false, because I want to make absolutely sure. Now, you know, I haven't had a lot of friends get divorced. Vote of confidence for me. You know, I might have to look at, I think divorces have been increasing recently, but I'm probably going to have to look up and study a little more. Find out maybe some statistics, some other things. You know, maybe it's not as common as I think it is. And I've heard some things over time that can kind of lead to it, and especially when men kind of get around crowd when they're married, things like that can happen. Or, so multiple sclerosis is what my real dad had, and I'm glad that my mom stuck with him. It was very good. It was kind of a little bit difficult on her because she had to care for him and like put him in and out of bed and stuff. And towards the end of his life, you know, not super close, but at least 2 years before he died, somewhere in that time frame, we started having like home health come in and help take care of him in the morning and stuff, which is really good for my mom. But that's the reason that a lot of people kind of get divorced. They find out their husband has multiple sclerosis, and then they don't want to care of that person. Like, seriously, if you have a spouse with multiple sclerosis, or even a wife, if you have a spouse with multiple sclerosis, don't give up on them, okay? Be there to take care of them, and then also know that there is some home help. So if you really do need help, if it's too much on you, then don't be afraid to, you know, see if you can get some Medicare or something and get that going for you. Seriously. So it's one reason I know that people can get divorced. And then I'm sure there are other stupid things, like it's the way he stirs his hot chocolate that just drives me so crazy and I can't take it. And he's not willing to change. Like, seriously. If she's the type of person that's bothered by stirring hot coffee, or chocolate, sorry, because we don't drink coffee. Well, first of all, I wonder how that didn't get by you in the first place, and maybe you knew that she was with you with things like that, but you were okay with it, and then finally you're married and the hot chocolate thing comes up, and then she goes crazy and gets divorced, but that's not a reason to get divorced at all. It would be better that one of you walk into the other room while the person stirs their hot chocolate up than to get divorced. Seriously. That's a real stupid reason to get divorced. Don't do that. Now, for me, one thing that might possibly lean towards this, it's not highly likely, but one thing that kind of fits that category, I like to listen to one song on repeat for several hours. So there is maybe a slight chance that, what am I thinking? Yeah, there's a slight chance that you could end up, I don't like one song on repeat for 3 hours, which I've got some nice earbuds and some nice headphones. I can switch the song. There are ways around it other than divorce, but that is one thing where I could see driving the other person a little bit crazy and leaning towards that direction, which I really hope it doesn't. It's not a requirement on my list of reasons people need to get married, but I am going to be looking into it and finding out. It's going to be something that I'm just going to be considering, and if I find a wife that can take it, hey, plus, I don't have to wear headphones all the time. I can use speakers and stuff. And, but this is something that really gets me deep inside every time I think about it, and I really, really don't want it to happen to me. I'm trying everything I can to avoid it. And I feel like most people, this is the way that I see it. Most people are like, oh yeah, you start dating somebody, you need to find out if you like them, find out how well you work together, doing different activities and things like that, date for long enough time, find out if you really like them. That's what dating is, and when you get to know them and you think you like them enough, then you go out, buy a ring, you ask them to marry you, and it's a simple process of basic rules, and it's great. But then for me, it's like, yeah, all those steps are really, really important. But I'm also actually really seriously trying to avoid divorce. Just somebody help me. That's what I feel the difference is. And yeah, it kind of makes me sad. There's a sign coming up here that says space available, and it's in like the Smith's parking lot, so I'm kind of wondering who went out of business where. I don't know. Yep. Yay, so we got one car in front of us that is waiting for us. And that other car didn't wait for us. It was an elderly man that just pulled out like usual. That's the thing that bugs me. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. I'm actively trying to avoid it. And especially when I'm getting more serious, because right now, I'm just kind of saving up for a mission, so I'm not even thinking about dating. If someone wanted to go on a date, sure, I'm not against that. I probably wouldn't say no. You know, but I'm not serious about it. I'm saving this for, you know, after the mission, which will be hopefully the end of this year. But yeah, that's just something that I'm actively trying to avoid. And I just want to not, I don't know. That's pretty much it, guys. I will see you guys in whatever's next. If you guys have any stories about this, share them in the comments below or however you can. Let me know about this. Maybe give some tips. No guarantee that I will actually follow your tips, because I am a Mormon. I am religious. There are certain things like that. But it would be nice to know some other stories and find out some things and know a little more about this topic. And I'll be doing my own research, especially when I get back from a mission. I'll be looking stuff up and doing actual serious research. I'm not going to go online and, oh my goodness, this person got divorced. Now this person, and just believe everything I see, because I am not that at all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in whatever's next.